Hey Brave, guys here. We're back at it today with a plus 17 streets. Now in this key, it's a pretty free timer here, but you do need to play this key clean. That's the big importance. Can't really have any silly boss deaths, as you can see. We had a really free timer on this and we wound up making it super close. Stick around for a nail biter. I don't think I've ever timed a key closer than this one. In a 17 as a tank, this first pull kind of beats the shit out of you. You gotta be really careful about these. Just all of these mobs, they do a lot of damage. So as soon as I see the big gate warden go down, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull in the next pack. I think I made a mistake and I let some of the mobs hit me in the back, and I kind of drop a little low here, but you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. I could do that a little better, but I'm just trying to avoid the patrol and really just trying to get them as many mobs as possible in the pull for our DPS to cleave down to be more efficient. Once I think I can handle the next pull and I'm not going to fall over and die, I go ahead and I just grab more mobs every time. Really important that you watch the interrupts in these keys. Once you get up to the higher dungeons, pretty much all of the interrupts really hurt, so you want to be on top of that. The beam splicer from the officers is no joke. So in higher keys, you want to be real careful about that as a DPS for sure. For this officer. I really wanted the overseer to die here before I did anything, because I know I'm going to be pulling a lot and they have a big old tank buster. So here we do big double plus the mini boss with lust. Vital you get the kicks here. Super important that you get kicks. Big defensives being used. Big cooldowns, big damage. We're pumping. Here at the end of this, I was debating pulling the two overseers at the door, but I seen that we have most of our cooldowns coming up, so I want that damage focused into the boss. As a tank, it's your job to kind of dictate how you pull. Not every dungeon's going to be the same. You got different classes doing different things. But what's important is that you track your DPS's cooldowns and then you pull accordingly. It's kind of the same way with your healer too. If your healer just used all of his cooldowns, you probably shouldn't pull a giant pull that's going to require him to use cooldowns, which he doesn't have. And it's the same for the DPS. If your DPS just used all of their cooldowns and you pull 40 mobs, and then the pull doesn't die, and then everyone else dies or you die or the healer dies, it's your fault as the tank, not the DPS's fault. Interrogation soon. Works. Moving. So here, if you guys don't know by now, DKs, when they get targeted by interrogation, can use AMS before they are imprisoned, and they just won't do anything. IBF works too, any way to get out of stuns, human racial. Sure, other specs have other things. I think mage can blink it if they're talented into the blink that removes stuns. Pretty much any way to get out of stun lets you get out of that, or makes you, like, you know, immune to magic. Spell warding works. Hard bubble works. Not sure what else. As warrior, you can actually blade storm at the very end of the cast, and then it'll count that way. Here as the boss gets lower, I go ahead and chain the 2 guards at the door. It's kind of a sketchy pull, so you really want to be careful and make sure your team's, like, super aware of what's going on. You do not want to surprise them with these 2. These beam slicers really hurt. There's a lot going on in this boss. Could have played that sooner, but it's kind of risky. We had really good luck with interrogation. But I think this key's big enough so I don't need to do anything crazy. 3-minute boss fight still. Yeah. I cheated that's what I mean by risky, but that guy just killed me. Yeah. Oh god, could be right. Had some issues tonight. And the feet thing, yeah, the other feet thing. Here's these guys are about to die. I'm going as fast as I can, because once this guy does his cast time, it pulls all your allies in, and it saves a bunch of time. So here we just kite the beam slicer, make sure healer dispels you. You pretty much can always just double these. Important thing, try and stack at the back of the circle or all in one place, because these dogs target one player out of the party, and that's where they'll be placing their frontal. And you don't want the dogs to be, you know, killing everybody with the frontal. Here, I'm trying not to kite all the way directly to where the dinosaur spawns in, because I know we don't want the dinosaur with these 3, so again, try and stack up, be in the back half of the circle, kiting away from the beam slicer, focusing down the big deed, and immediately I go and try and spawn in the dinosaur. Now, I did make a mistake, and I shouldn't have used my heroic leap, but we're going to wait till we kill these dogs, and I'm waiting until this dino does his cast, because I know the cast is a big stun, pretty deadly, and then the AoE pulse, like the wild thrashing here, definitely a little scary. As you see, it hits pretty hard in this key, so I'm a little bit worried about that. But once I feel like there's not very much danger, I'm going to go ahead, leap down here, start the RP. I shouldn't have used this leap either. I tell my team to stay back and let me snap everything up onto this cart. You have to jump on that box, and then you can jump up on the cart, and then the dinosaur will snap over too at some point. There he is. And then the dinosaur's stun won't ever happen, and then the tank will actually get hit by the bleed, which is a good thing. DPS can still get the bleeds, and then Wild Thrash with the bleeds is really scary, so you need to be using defensives, healer CDs, because there won't be much else to use healer CDs or defensives on. So make sure you're doing that. Yeah, that hurts still. Here I'm going to go ahead and wait till the bleed's done, and then I pull these guys. You don't want to chain these guys because they actually like randomly attack a player, and it does a lot of damage in these. You'll see in the boss fight it kind of chunks people down. You want to make sure these two guys are dead before the second boss comes in, or I mean pretty much around the same time. I marked a blue square right there. Now that is going to be a safe spot for any ranged casters during the orb phase where you have to like do the little dance. I'll point it out here in a minute. Well, he's gonna grip you, but yeah. For the dodges, square is safe. See you in a sec. Yeah. This stuff. Alright, so here you can see that the blue square is completely safe. If you're a ranged player, you just have your tank kind of make sure that there's enough like range to hit the boss, and you can just stand still back there. Easy peasy. Pro tip. Someone CC this thing. So as second boss is coming in, I am not going to tank him in the corner, which I normally do. I am going to wait until we kill all these ads, because they really need to die, because these debuffs, these dispels here, they really hurt on the 17. So whoever doesn't get dispels definitely needs to like use a big defensive for it. So we got the ads down, that was nice. Luckily we didn't die. Waiting for the big first boss to die. He's down. So now I'm going to feel a lot safer going into the corner here. When this boss casts his protocol ability, it basically just snaps him directly to you, and you can get him a lot further in this corner than you normally can. So that's another pro tip, is whenever he's doing that protocol ability, you can really get him tight in this corner, which will help suck up some of the orbs. Everyone can come over to me so I can grab aggro. It'll be alright actually. Here I'm looking for the next boss so I can grab aggro. Ideally the boss dies. The second boss would have ideally just died as the third boss comes out, and then you want your DPS to come clear that corner so you can get back into it. If you have that debuff, you always want to be clearing that corner for your tank, especially while the dude's alive. So I'm here just trying to clear out any of the stragglers. As a tank, if I get the debuff, I'm not gonna go in the corner and suck up all the orbs. I'm trying to save that for my DPS, because a bunch of orbs will stack up in that corner. You can get up to 20 stacks like near insta. That's what you want. See the DK went in the corner, got a bunch of stacks, gonna pump damage now. 20 is the max stacks on that, by the way, but yeah, pretty much rinse and repeat from here. Don't get hit by the old whirling. Easy peasy. Alright, that's good, so come when you can. I'm pulling. Here I seen the doubles lining up. You want to double this. If you're feeling crazy as a tank, you could actually go ahead and pull the mini boss too. But honestly, it feels a little chaotic and probably not worth the risk. So I almost never pull the mini boss. But if you feel like you need to make a hero play, it's definitely not impossible. You're gonna get kicked a whole bunch, and so your group needs to be aware of that. But other than that, the group doesn't really have much to do about. I mean, the mini boss, you just kind of kite the orb thing, and you don't stand between orbs. So, mostly just on the tank. I don't know if they're the same tier or not, so you have to watch that. You guys stay here. I'll pull next. He's on you. Just stack up. I always pull the mini boss back down here just so we have more room. It saves like, I mean, you lose like 10 seconds or something. Now, like, if a DPS dies, that's at least, I mean, it's a bare minimum minus 15. He's got to run back. He loses cooldowns, loses uptime. So, if anyone dies, you're losing more than 10 seconds. So, always worth just pulling it down here. You got plenty of room down here. You don't have to worry about weird stuff. Now, I don't think it's fixed yet, but the tether ability, which you'll see when we get that, we just run into each other. You want to always be together. You don't have someone behind the orbs, and then I don't know why people would ever position behind the orbs, but you never want to be like, you want to be right next to your allies. If the tether ability starts killing us, which right now it's scaled to Mythic 0, I don't think they've fixed it yet as of the time of this video. But if it were, you would just loose spread around the boss or the mini boss, and you know, whenever you get the tether, you just run away from whoever you're tethered with, and it's not that hard to deal with. So, but for now, you can just run to each other. It's a no affix thing, easy peasy. On the mailroom, I always just pull 2 of these just for simplicity's sake. Now, what I found is that our lust timer here isn't quite up, and so I think it would be more efficient to go clear. I mean, you clear this trash right here. You have all your CDs up. You clear this, and then what you would do instead of doing this boss is you would go clear the trash to the next boss. And our healer actually got hit by 2 times junk mail. So if you're getting targeted by 2 times junk mail, you're probably going to die. So you need stops or defensives for that. As a tank in this pull, really you're looking out for really just the bleeds. I don't think I've ever died in this pull, like ever. So it's not really a scary tank pull. Yeah. You can stun them as long as they haven't casted. Here I typically save this trash because we just used all of our cooldowns, right? So we need something to do. Which is why I think going and clearing the other trash on the next pull would even be maybe better. As I guess our DK sent all his cooldowns right here. Which he probably shouldn't have. He probably should have used on boss, but either way, I may have told him to. I don't remember. It's clear middle mostly. Now, when you're soaking this, healer can dispel once. Definitely want to have big defenses for this part here, especially if the debuff. You'll see, like, oof, it really hurts a lot. Healers having to pump. Now you just want to stack his 5. You shouldn't die. If you have like bubble, you'll see your paladin gets it. I think next time. He can just bubble it and it just goes away entirely. Blessing and protection works. I think nether walk works. As DPS, you want to DPS this boss. So if you're like super fast, maybe like a demoner, you can zip around. You don't lose like any damage uptime. but there's a lot of time on these bombs. Obviously, if you see a bomb that's going to go off, pick the bomb up, but in hierarchies, that's when DPS actually really starts mattering a bunch. You're going to want to stay on the boss. Like, you don't want a 4-minute boss fight because you're sitting here wasting 30 seconds every minute running around throwing bombs on the thing. You got to keep the damage up. You'll see that's a ret. He ran out. He shouldn't have ran out, but he bubbled and it went off right away. Really want to keep the uptime on bosses as high as we can. Same thing with these bombs. I'm unsure. Okay, I was hoping that was in. We don't really need to soak. If you don't have like defenses, don't soak. I'll just rally. Oh, he popped it. Oh, the secret word is Chrome Dome. Still boss. Don't soak. Yeah, don't soak. $335.
You are quite welcome, whoever you are. Now, we are in need of souls for you. I offer...
Oh, you mean this? There are dozens of them all over the floor. Here, take one.
And we lost. Alright, so for this part I figured out you don't want to pick the item up off the floor if you're mounted. DPS, you don't want to use all your CDs right here. You want to make sure your tank has aggro and is holding aggro. I got hit in the back here. I shouldn't have. I procced my cheat death, so now I'm scared. I'm running over here. I think my DK winds up getting aggro.
You might have to link me.
Maybe he doesn't in this one. Definitely want to be holding cooldowns for when we turn in for the last phase, because that's what's gonna start the RP. Also, I believe this pull here is the most scary pull for a tank in the entire game. I don't think there's a set of mobs or a group of mobs that hits harder than what this pack does to you. You gotta be super careful, make sure you're using defensives, like, it is absolutely terrifying. I opened my tab in panic here. Big gamer move, but I think I ended up getting like sack and lay of hands, and I used like everything. I was really scared because I didn't have my cheat death, so without cheat, like, randomly dying is rough. As a tank, apparently, I haven't tried this, but I'm not sure in hierarchies if this kills you or not, but you can actually come up to this dude and guess as a tank, and I don't think you die. But I haven't tried it, so don't take my word for it. In lower keys you can. I did it in like a 10 or 11 and did like 20% of my life. It didn't do much at all, so very possible that in higher keys you could just get a random guess in the door. I don't know how much it scales or if it even scales at all. Not too shabby. It could save a lot of RP time. RP in this dungeon is what kills, and it's silly deaths on bosses. As long as you're all alive, easy dungeon. It's such a free timer.
Oh, I missed a note. I suck. That's crazy.
Here on the ads that come out, the disrupting shot is like the big group killer, so you want to make sure. I had a tank, I just always kick that because, well, I hold the fort down, so I gotta make sure that what's gonna kill us doesn't go off, and I do my best to do what I can do.
I will kick security. Watch your feet. Feet. Oh, grip them in. Yeah, grip. Watch your feet. Third. Alright, buff time.
Here, getting all your notes is pretty important, especially as DPS. Super important, I would say. It's probably mandatory that you have this buff during this fight. He has a super big burn shield, which you need everyone alive for, and you need to have the buff. Otherwise, it's real rough.
Okay. At the end of this, like 2, 1, notes. Feet.
You want to be very wary of the green circles, as they do like 20 million damage, and the only thing that's going to save you is like hard immunities. So you want to make sure you're just not standing in the green circles on this fight, and that's about all there is to it. You get your notes, the notes come out during this shield phase, and then when he pulls you all together, that's when you get to refresh your notes. So if the shield phase takes too long, you won't get to refresh your notes, and your whole group will fall off, and this boss takes like 5 minutes, and it's not fun.
No. Feet. At the end of this, we get notes. We need like a bunch of damage. Notes. Feet. Yeah, we're not gonna make it, so you're gonna have to get ready to heal a bunch. Be ready. It's healable damage. Feet. Not good. No more res. More res. Feet. Feet. Notes. Yeah. Third note timer. Don't line up. Feet. Yeah, I don't think we time it. No, we won't have lust. No, we don't have another thing. Only ever those two.
It has been an age since I witnessed such a vigorous show. My establishment would not survive another.
We have all the signatures we need. Let us not keep Solia waiting.
Cartel Soul's underhanded dealings have not escaped my attention. You may have my signature, as long as you never again bring destruction to my oasis.
Yeah, I don't know if we make it. Ish, maybe.
Excuse our intrusion, Solia. I hope we caught you at an
It
inconvenient
won't matter.
time.
Al-Dalil, is there no sanctuary from your filth?
Hear me, Solir. The artifact you seek brings only suffering.
Suffering and power. I must now travel beyond tazavesh.
20 seconds. So we made it to the last boss. It seems like we have no time here, so like we're really like, I mean, the demon hunter in our group already said like key's over, but we have lust up soon. We'll have full set of lust. Super close. Timer's gonna be tight. We gotta pump.
There is no room for
So I'm trying to maximize our movement here. Like, I really want to just only portal once. Like, we have to stay up all super good uptime on this boss here.
square again.
Often with these portals, it's easy to try and get confused, but a lot of the time, you only need to move once. You just have to be really patient. Patience is key in this fight. If you try and rush things and go through 3 portals, it gets confusing. People get lost. People die. Make it as simple as you can. That's the way I try and do it.
Square.
And then you want to really extend this kick. I always try and kick first. I think a good rule to set is just your tank kicks first, you know, and then someone else get last kick.
Triangle safe.
We've actually had pretty good spawns on these circles.
Triangle.
Nothing's been complicated at all. We've been like barely going across the room. It's important to stay together and not split up because divide does happen. And you're going to get divided and have to go through portal, waste down time, etc.
Triangle again. Ready? Triangle.
Just wait, we have to wait, we're fucked.
You have to come save this demon hunter. He can't die. If he dies, we lose.
Link.
I'll do it.
Really coming down to the wire. We have lust. I think yeah, we have lust.
Pots if you have pots.
Really just gotta pump. We have our big lust timer. Pump, 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 pump.
We won't do another one. I will just drag it out.
Here's where I make a mistake. This is what pretty much should have costed us the key.
Double technique and
Right
16.
here.
Nah, we don't
It does a big circle, but
Kill.
the important thing is actually you can drag it back and commit, but you see on my timers right here. A double technique in 6 seconds. The double technique goes off no matter what. He doesn't care
That's right.
if he's 10%
Got
health.
it. I don't have that.
He's gonna do it. So
No!
everyone dies
I knew it. I should.
except me and the DK, and like I should have probably died. I didn't have anything. DK can actually pre-AMS and walk through the line, and we time this queue like 3 seconds left. Holy smokes, we should have lost.
Went through.
Yeah, I should have went through the portal. I knew I should have went through the portal, and it wouldn't have been close otherwise. We lost like 45 seconds on deaths there. Definitely crazy. Well, boys, hope you learned something from this video. If you did, leave a comment. Tell me what you learned. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click that bell. Come catch me on Twitch. I stream every day. Around 8 p.m. CST, I go live. Appreciate it, boys. Until next time, take it easy.